Welcome to the Bahamas, gateway to the Caribbean. The Bahamas is an archipelago of more than 700 islands, ideally located at the crossroads of the Americas and with easy access to the United States. Known for its political stability, the Bahamas has maintained a parliamentary democracy for 275 years and is a member of the British Commonwealth. An independent nation since 1973, the Bahamas has attracted numerous international companies drawn to the island nation's stability, economic diversity, and high standard of living. The Bahamas now has 310,000 English-speaking inhabitants, most of them living on the country's two most populated islands, which are New Providence, home of the capital Nassau, and Grand Bahama Island, home of Freeport. The economy of the Bahamas has traditionally focused on imports and services and relies heavily on the tourism and financial services sectors to generate foreign exchange earnings. The United States is the country's top trading partner. The current GDP is around $5.2 billion, with tourism contributing around 60% of that total, and generating employment for half the country's workforce. Financial services are the second most important sector to the Bahamian economy.
The latest statistics would indicate that the financial services industry accounts for about 20% of our GDP. It directly employs in very high quality, high paying jobs over 5,000 people. And it indirectly, of course, is responsible for the employment of many more thousands of persons. It is an industry which the government has recently committed itself to, notwithstanding the events of 2000 with regard to the Financial Action Task Force. The Bahamas has emerged as a very strong international financial center, and we have done what was necessary in order to secure the future of this industry. And I think from our point of view, it is an essential part of our economy.
In 2004, the GDP of the Bahamas is expected to expand by 3% or more, a reflection of a healthy and vibrant economy with strong investment appeal. The Bahamian dollar is pegged to the US dollar, and the two currencies can be used interchangeably throughout the islands. In a report from 2003, the International Monetary Fund pointed out that the Bahamas enjoys a stable economic environment thanks to a winning combination of low inflation, moderate public debt, a sound banking system, and a solid countrywide credit rating. Its business-friendly government has adopted long-term policies to ensure continued prosperity and has instituted a number of incentives to attract foreign investors. Other advantages that the Bahamas offers investors are favorable tax status, state-of-the-art infrastructure, an educated workforce, and an ideal location.
We are currently in the process of reviewing our regulatory structure to rationalize it in order to make it a little more streamlined. We are concerned about our cost base, so we don't push the price of doing business in the Bahamas too high, and of course we have to stay very competitive with the other jurisdictions in this regard. And there's a fair amount of attention that's been given to that subject as well. We have a very adequate and developing technological platform in the Bahamas, which is very necessary because this is a high-tech industry in terms of communications. And perhaps most importantly, we have a cadre of very qualified and very experienced practitioners who have been engaged in this industry now for the better part of 40 to 50 years. So we've developed a body of experience which allows us to service the industry very well. So I think the combination of those factors, and given our geographic location, which is very near to North America, which is a principal market for our country, we think we're very well positioned. We're fully compliant. We are a responsible country that take our obligations to the international community very seriously. We are a fully participating member of the Community of Nations, and we think we're very well positioned.
Coming Coming up next, finance in the Bahamas. For more information, visit www.us-television.tv.
Welcome to the Wyndham Nassau Resort and Crystal Palace Casino. Located on the world-famous Cable Beach in Nassau, Bahamas, we offer 850 ocean view rooms with 124 one-bedroom corner suites. Our Las Vegas-style casino offers 35,000 square feet of gambling excitement and nightly entertainment, including a cabaret-style show, 8 restaurants, and lounges. We pride ourselves on our service, range of activities, and super-friendly staff. The Wyndham Nassau Resort and Crystal Palace Casino. Come and play on the Bahamian Riviera.
At Evans & Company, we are a law firm with a difference. We pride ourselves on quality, integrity, and expertise. Offering wide-ranging premium legal and corporate services, we are experts in civil and corporate litigation, business law, property, industrial relations, and trusts. We can help you navigate through investing or setting up a business in the Bahamas, an attractive offshore jurisdiction. Evans & Company, integrity, professionalism, and broad experience are our hallmarks.
We are BTC, the Bahamas Telecommunications Company, Ltd. Dynamic and modern, we provide state-of-the-art telecommunications services at competitive prices to the entire Commonwealth of the Bahamas. We keep Bahamians in touch with the world. Our services include telephone networks, fax, telex, cellular, private line services, packet switching, satellite leasing, and radio licensing. We serve over 132,000 fixed-line customers with our 100% digital system, offering direct dialing to over 100 countries. At BTC, we are committed to developing and maintaining the most modern and cost-effective telecommunications solutions for our customers. With little over 1,100 employees, we are also developing our human capital. We provide landline, GSM, internet, and data transmission facilities at globally competitive prices. BTC, fast-moving and modern, your dynamic telecommunications provider.
For more information, visit www.us-television.tv. The Bahamas has been providing banking and trust services to the international financial community for more than 70 years. It has established a strong track record as a jurisdiction prepared to serve the diverse financial needs of both corporate and individual clients.
The fundamental pillars of success of the financial services sector in the Bahamas, I would say, are one, the fact that the Bahamas is a long-standing center in existence for about 60 years. Two, the Bahamas incorporates all of the essential technical resources to support this business. Three, the government of the Bahamas has, since the inception of the industry, fully supported the industry and its development, has put in place the legislative and other requirements which are essential to promote financial services.
The financial services sector is the country's second largest contributor to the GDP after tourism, and the sector is expected to continue to grow and to play an even larger role in the country's economy in the future.
Financial services is very important to the Bahamian economy for a number of reasons. Firstly, it represents 15% of GDP, second only to tourism in terms of its contribution. Secondly, it employs quite a number of Bahamians at very high levels in terms of their pay. The pay scales in that much higher than it is in any other sector. And thirdly, it represents potential for growth into the future so that we can diversify away from tourism and become more reliant on services, and especially financial services.
Between 1999 and 2001, financial services came under close scrutiny from international financial regulators like the Financial Action Task Force and the OECD, creating a number of challenges for the country. As a result, the Bahamas overhauled its financial services sector and introduced a more stringent legislative platform. For example, by passing 11 new financial services legislative measures in 2000 alone.
We have actually re-engineered our financial services industry in the Bahamas. There have been very substantial reforms since the year 2000, very largely in response to the initiatives of the international agencies, which of course have affected every financial center throughout the world. So we have had many, many changes.
These changes took the Bahamas off the International Financial Services blacklist in 2001 and brought the country qualified jurisdiction status from the United States. Although some challenges still exist, the government has committed itself to creating a more fluid, open, and efficient policies aimed at supporting both foreign and Bahamian investors. For example, in 2002, the government created the Ministry of Financial Services and Investments in order to revitalize and restructure the financial services sector. This further highlights the Bahamian government's commitment to the growth of the Bahamas as an international financial center.
That commitment has been shown through the passing of new legislature. We have a whole group of new laws that are specifically designed to govern the financial center. We have a lot of expertise in this country, not only in the banking institutions themselves, but with the ancillary services such as law firms as ourselves. And I believe with the commitment of the government and the ancillary services and the banking institutions that we can only grow from strength to strength.
In 2003, the government introduced legislation focused on ensuring streamlined Know Your Customer guidelines, IBCs, e-commerce, and mutual funds. For example, the country's introduction of an Investment Funds Act and smart funds prepare the Bahamas to move to the forefront of funds administration and to expand beyond its traditional strengths in private wealth management.
The Securities Commission is mandated by law to regulate the capital markets and the mutual funds or investment fund market in the Bahamas. The law establishing the Securities Commission was in 1999, the act was passed, and in 1995 we had the Mutual Funds Act and the accompanying regulations in 2000. Now in 2003 it became necessary because of the evolving scenes around the world that we had to upgrade our mutual funds legislation. We repealed the Mutual Funds Act and reinstated or instituted an Investment Funds Act and regulations in 2003. This broadens the base of activity in terms of regulatory powers within the industry, and we are mindful that even though this new act has come into force, we've already discovered that there are parts of it that needs to be amended and things need to be added that have not been added, included in the legislation. So this aspect of what we are doing under our mandate helps to put the Bahamas in a position that going forward we are regulated, client-friendly, and we are open for business.
Aiming to serve as a Caribbean gateway for foreign financial institutions, the Bahamas is repositioning itself among the world's top financial services venues as an innovative, secure platform for international investors. One of its attractions is that it offers expertise in a broad range of areas, including banking, trusts, funds administration, investment advisory, and insurance services. With its great natural beauty, proximity to the United States, and superior infrastructure, the Bahamas has long supported a thriving tourism sector. And tourism remains the country's top industry. Recently, the sector has been attracting even more investment thanks to government programs aimed at diversifying the country's cultural offerings and providing new opportunities in the tourism sector. A number of major new tourism-related initiatives have recently been launched throughout the country. Both the government and the private sector have been initiating programs to attract more upscale tourism visitors and to promote real estate development. The process of investing in tourism and real estate has been made more investor-friendly, and currently marketing campaigns are particularly focusing on opportunities in Nassau, Paradise Island, and the Outer Family Islands. Thanks to several multi-billion-dollar anchor investments, the Bahamas is now ranked among the world's 5-star venues for tourism and real estate. Recent mega projects include a new Four Seasons resort in Exuma, a $1 billion addition to the Atlantis Resort and Casino on Paradise Island, and big-ticket real estate projects in Emerald Bay and Crab Key. Clearly, the focus is on high-end, value-added tourism projects throughout the islands. Another major new trend concerning tourism is the positive spillover effect real estate investments has had on the local economy. Local companies have taken advantage of both supply and consultation opportunities presented by major projects in tourism and real estate, fostering an increase in local earnings potential, professional experience, and employment. For example, Phase 3 of the Atlantis Resort alone will result in 3,000 new jobs for local workers and $4.4 billion to boost the economy. The Bahamas is also seeing higher rates of return visitors and an increase in value-added tourism. More visitors are coming back to the islands again to discover everything that the Bahamas has to offer, and the offerings are becoming more diverse. Visitors find the Bahamas a true paradise. Its many attractions on land include Junkanoo, a colorful local combination of dance and music. Visitors enjoy deep-sea fishing, scuba diving along the world's third longest barrier reef, bone fishing, and snorkeling around any of the 2,400 island keys. Coming up next, infrastructural development. For more information, visit www.us-television.tv.
Welcome to the British Colonial Hilton, located on the beach in the heart of Nassau's financial district. Our hotel is the choice of both business and leisure travelers. The hotel offers 289 beautifully designed rooms, 5 restaurants and bars, live entertainment 5 nights a week, an oceanfront freshwater pool, full-service spa and gym, and a short walk from duty-free shopping. The British Colonial Hilton, a 4-diamond hotel with colonial style and Bahamian flair.
At Borco, the Bahamas Oil Refining Company International Ltd., we operate the largest oil terminal in the Caribbean, right here in your backyard. We have a long history on Grand Bahama and are a committed corporate citizen with high environmental standards. We blend and store up to 15 million barrels per month of crude oil and related products, making continual investments into our state-of-the-art facilities. Borco, a proven track record and environmentally friendly practices.
At Bahamas Air, we are committed to safe, friendly, and efficient service. We fly to over 24 destinations, so come, let us show you our beautiful family of islands, or fly you from the major gateways in Florida, and soon from other northeasterly U.S. cities. Our professional staff strive for on-time, warm and friendly service, so you can enjoy our sun, sea, and sand. After all, we don't just fly there, we live there. Bahamas Air.
For more information, visit www.us-television.tv. As in any island economy, the government of the Bahamas has long made infrastructure a top priority in its efforts to attract continued foreign investment. The Bahamas today boasts one of the best infrastructures in the Caribbean and is furthermore continuing these developments.
I'm happy to report that there are many. As you are aware, the Bahama Islands comprise a large number of islands. From a national perspective, we have been able to reduce the cost of electricity, the first time in the history of the Bahamas. There's been new roads, there has been expansion of telephone facilities and electricity upgrades throughout the Bahamas. And it is an ongoing thing, and we're very pleased with the progress that we have made over the past 2 years.
Providing efficient, high-quality air and sea transport is essential for an island nation. And today, the Bahamas offers extensive domestic air and sea connections throughout the islands, as well as a wide choice of international connections, including to major air travel hubs and ports in the United States.
Bahamas Air, complemented by other local charter operators, really represent the underpinning for the air transportation industry in the Bahamas. We also have a virtual open skies policy with North America and Europe, which basically induces, if not encourages, other commercial international carriers to fly into the Bahamas. I might also add that we operate in a very friendly and safe aviation environment where we are fully compliant with all international regulations and standards.
Concerning sea transport, the Bahamian Maritime Jurisdiction is now the world's third largest ship registry, home to a number of international leaders in maritime logistics. Both the capital, Nassau, and the aptly named Freeport, which offers a tax and duty-free environment, are pioneers in the region for logistics LCL and FCL cargo carrying. All Bahamian ports are carefully monitored by customs services that operate to the highest international standards to ensure the safe passage of goods as well as the confiscation of contraband. Another success story is the power infrastructure, which provides a dependable source of electrical power throughout the islands.
National infrastructure organizations such as BEC have a vital role to play in the development of the Bahamas and as regards investors. While the investors appreciate the beauty of our people and our islands, they also want to ensure that the basic requirements of modern society is here. Our role is therefore vital to ensure that the necessary infrastructure is in place to meet the requirements of the investor. Additionally, those infrastructure must be operated in a safe and cost-effective manner to ensure that there's maximum returns, not only for the investor, but for the Bahamian people as well.
The Bahamas has also established a world-class telecommunications infrastructure that includes high-speed internet access, fiber optic cable links, cellular TDMA and GSM, satellite and landline services, all of which combine to provide seamless connections both locally and internationally.
We do have a liberalized telecommunications industry. We have internet service providers, about a dozen operating at the moment. We also have data service providers, and we have a liberalized PBX market. I believe in the very near future, we will be opening up the market to voice competition and also to wireless competition.
The second largest city in the Bahamas is Freeport, located on Grand Bahama Island. We'll soon celebrate the 50th anniversary of the signing of the Hawksbill Creek Agreement, which established a duty-free zone in Freeport in 1955. Although a young settlement, Grand Bahama supports a diverse economy that includes maritime services, tourism, real estate development, financial and e-business services, as well as commercial and industrial activities. Grand Bahama is currently experiencing a renaissance thanks to new investment and ongoing development.
Well, over the many years, you would have heard of the importance of the geographic location of the Bahamas, and Grand Bahama in particular. We're just a stone's throw away from the Florida area, only 30 minutes by plane. In addition to that, we know that there's no income taxes, no corporate taxes. There's also no inheritance taxes. We also like to boast of our political stability, knowing that your investment, once it's been made here in the Bahamas, is going to be well protected. We also like to feel that the international companies that we've dealt with in the past have found it very attractive to be here and have been here for many, many, many years. If you were to look at our clientele,
it can give you an indication of exactly what the Bahamas really means to international investors.
The superior infrastructure in Grand Bahama, its close proximity to the United States, and growing role as a leading international business hub are attracting investors in a wide range of activities. Much more than an industrial base and home of a top international port, Grand Bahama also offers excellent opportunities for investors in real estate, tourism, and commercial projects. Another major presence in Grand Bahama is the Bahamas Oil Refining Company, BORCO, a company with a long tradition of successful operations in Freeport. BORCO's oil terminal on Grand Bahama is the largest in the Caribbean.
Grand Bahama is an oil hub for the region because of its close proximity to the U.S., and specifically because of South Florida. Anyone doing business in South Florida that needs product coming in can send small barges, so it's very, very cost effective having the barges go in. Also, the Jones Act is an act where the international vessels can come in and take product without a penalty and go back into the U.S. So that's why it's very important for us in Grand Bahama to have that.
The Bahamas, easily reached from the United States, is a beautiful island nation offering sun, sea, and white sand beaches, as well as an appealing lifestyle and a growing range of attractive investment options. Business opportunities abound in such diverse fields as financial services, tourism, real estate development, and manufacturing. The local government is fostering strong public-private sector partnerships and actively encourages foreign investment through creating an investor-friendly business environment. With its political stability, well-developed economy, great natural beauty, and strategic location, the Bahamas has everything it takes to serve as an excellent base for international investors. Thank you for watching the Bahamas Gateway to the Caribbean. We hope you've enjoyed viewing the different perspectives of this beautiful island nation.